Well, let's start right on with this one here. We got the Lothar pocket knife, abalone shell. Okay, should be interesting. Let me go ahead and use the Rivery Zero here just to get at this tab. Can be a little tricky sometimes. Talk about some tight packaging, I'll tell you what. Now, Lothar knives do come on this very nice sort of carbon fiber looking aesthetics zipper pouch. I'm noticing this one is a little bit smaller than their typical size, so that's already pretty interesting there. We do have some paperwork, and let's go ahead and take a look inside and see what we have. Okay, okay, the abalone on the box there, that definitely has abalone. I dig that. We have a wiping cloth, and just very straightforward packaging. But let's see what this thing is all about. Holy macaroni. For starters, I mean, the abalone there absolutely jumps out at you. Take a look. It looks pretty nice, and it's on both sides. Even underneath the pocket clip, it goes pretty much all the way through. So black on abalone, right? Abalone inlays, nice inset in place. It is going to be it looks like a plunge lock, button lock, but if I zoom out a bit, almost looks like a Godfather or some like a Godson, right, from ProTech, right, with the style sort of automatic knife feel to it, but it is going to be a manual knife. In this case, it looks like we have a back flipper, and this one is, I don't think, functional, right, but it does kind of add to the stiletto design. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get it deployed here. Right, let's check it out. Bam! Take a look at that pokey blade. Definitely fitting the vibes of a Italian stiletto for sure. Right, look at that little switch there with like a nice flat portion here to put your thumb. Right, it's only sharpened on this side and not on this other side. So it's a one-sided sharpened sort of spear point blade. We're looking at a flat grind. It is blacked out with, drum roll please, VG10 steel. The model name on this one is the Knight. Actually pretty fitting. I don't mind that at all. It's a pretty cool Knight, all blacked out. I dig it. And let's check the action, shall we? Okay, so it is going to be on ball bearings. I'm just trying to figure out how much flick of the wrist it takes. Pretty smooth. I mean, not too big, right? Not too small. So the actual plunge lock, button lock works. I'm just going to show you here internally what that looks like. So you got that cylinder under a coil spring tension that is sort of going into a cutout on the actual blade itself. And we're going to do the, of course, obligatory whack test in a moment. But back flipper, right, feels good. We can light switch it. We can, I'm trying to push button it, okay? And am I failing it? The answer is no. Right, still going strong. Now, it being a budget EDC knife and all, right, I almost forgot to mention, guys, these are aluminum handles. Of course, you have abalone inlays, but yeah, nonetheless, aluminum on a budget knife. Nowadays, a lot of companies are putting aluminum on their knives, not even titanium, and charging a lot. But here's a nice, affordable budget knife with aluminum. On the handles there, we have a deep pocket carry clip, and that is going to be, is it reversible? Yes, no, the answer is no. Kind of seems like a missed opportunity because, you know, as a lefty, right, if I zoom out, Miguel, that will help. As a lefty, right, you can enjoy this knife just as much. You would just use your index finger for the button instead of your thumb as a righty. And you can, of course, back flip it all day, every day. So maybe making a reversible pocket clip would have been nice there. I am able to get a full 4-finger grip, right, full purchase here on the hammer grip. Now these kind of work as finger guards on both ends. Again, one of them is functional, the other one is more aesthetics, again, to fulfill the whole Italian stiletto vibes, if anything. But yeah, pretty comfortable. Even pocket clip is comfortable, and I'm gonna go with the solid 9. Yeah, feels like a good 9 out of 10 right there. And I mean, if you like this sort of geometry, right, absolutely got a solid option here, no doubt. Good build so far, good ergos, good action. The moment of truth here is the whack test. All right, let's just take a look. Again, plunge lock, button lock. By the way, let me just say this. If you try to deploy it the opposite way, it's just not going to go, right? So there's a safety in place there. So you would just only be able to deploy. I mean, the way to think about it is just make sure that the button is facing you, and then you can just deploy it, right, from that standpoint. If the button is not facing you, then you obviously are not going to be able to deploy it at all. So FYI. But here we go. Okay, it is nice and locked. That feels robust there. No movement, no up and down, no side to side. I'm going to go finger safe here on the subscribe stick of truth. Here we go. Okay, that's pretty solid. Couple whacks there hanging on. Let me just kind of close it. Open it again as you would, and then a couple more. All right, you probably didn't notice, but I went just a hair tougher, right, a little harder on the throw on that one. Obviously, I'm not going to take 3 steps back and just, full force, slam it on the piece of wood there, because that just doesn't make any sense. You're not going to be hanging off a cliff for dear life with, a pocket knife like this. So for what it's worth, it passes the whack test. As you can see, right, we did multiple times and it did pass with flying colors, so no issues there. For what it's worth, now you know. So the Lothar Knight, right, looking pretty good, very elegant for what it is, it being a budget knife and all. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.